Listen, Maya Angelou said it best when she said, when a person shows you who they are, believe them, okay? That could be good and that can be bad. And only because you might not be ready when you see who the person really is. That's what makes it bad. And it's still not bad because you're still ending up seeing the truth. Now, I'm going to tell you, when I first met my spiritual advisor, I was scared to death. I'm going to tell you, I was so scared. And it was because his energy was so strong. And I wasn't used to that. You know, and I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what that was that he was exuding. You know, this is the first time I was around anyone who had such strong energy that I can recall. My great grandmother had some pretty strong energy herself, but I was little and didn't know any better anyway. So, you know, I slept in his office that first time, and that was my wake up. You know, when you're in an environment that is clean, that is, how do I explain this? Different environments breed different energy, just like different people have different energy. Sometimes you're around a person and you're vibing high. It's like you're on an airplane and you're not even in air, but you can feel so high, full of energy because this person is like, wow. You don't want to get away from this person because their energy is, you can thrive off of that energy. And sometimes people don't understand what it is until it's gone. You know, my grandmother was talking to me. You know, it's amazing how in a dream state, she looked like the young granny that she was when I was a little girl. Like a little baby almost. She had the energy, she was vibrant, and she was happy. She's always happy. Even when she wasn't happy, I could tell when she was hiding her pain. I could tell. But she was sincerely happy in the dream. And she said, forgive me, because I didn't know who that person was until you left. And I got to see who the person was. I hit home, boy. You see, my spiritual advisor said years ago, he said, when you vibe on a certain level, try not to cry, he said when you vibe on a certain level, when you're doing your meditation, it's going to be a connection between the two. And I didn't understand, there's so many things that you advance at, you know, as time progresses and as you learn more and as you go through your ascension. You see, a lot of people are going through their ascensions now because they put in the spiritual work and the frequency is on fleek, as the kids say, you know. And my spiritual advisor, I don't know whether I manifested him in a dream or what, but man, he said something that he never said when he was on the living plane, you know. He was happy with me doing my work, but of course, you know, he's going to give you more homework. You know, we never know what God has in store for us. But when you do the work, when I say do the work, I know that sounds horrible. People don't want to do work. But when I say do the work, I mean working on yourself. Spending that time alone, getting to know who you are, brings you to a closer connection with God, you know? If I'm in Canada, nobody questions me even so much as touching a tree. They realize that, you know, you making that connection, you're making a spiritual connection. But in America, for some reason, depending on who you're hanging around, because a lot of people are not there yet, and you have to excuse them, they're getting there, you know, in time. Give everybody a chance, because some people don't know what it's like. They don't know what it is to feel that energy. They don't know that frequency. You work on yourself when you go out in nature and you get to feel it. it's all a learning lesson. We're all learning. We're all growing. There's a lot going on. And I know people say I'm crazy when they come on, or, when they see me vibing on a higher frequency sometimes, but it's because they don't understand. When a person does not understand, it's easy for them to say such things. But take it from me. My brother was hanging out with me one time, and he was like, man, I'm so happy. I don't even understand why I'm so happy. You're vibing on a higher frequency. You're hanging around a different crowd of people. When you hang around people who are vibing on a lower frequency, that's what happens. You don't, no thank you, no thank you, no thank you. God bless you too. God bless you too. All right. You see, you gotta know. See, I'm vibing on a high frequency. Certain individuals will come to you. You gotta be careful. You cannot touch everybody's stuff. My spiritual advisor, when it was time to give him money, like a donation, he did not touch the money. The money went into a plate, a bowl of something, envelope, whatever. You got to be careful when you're accepting things from people, because you don't know where they're coming from. And I'm not trying to scare anybody, I'm just saying, be careful when you're accepting things from people. Some people say, I'm going to pray for you. Some people are not meant to pray for you. And I know that sounds really harsh, but it's not, because some people are not praying in a good way. Sometimes your God is not their God. Let's be honest. I realize that I might be giving too much information at this point because I'm jumping around, and it's hard sometimes for people to actually see the whole picture when you're jumping around. So basically what I'm saying is, when you're putting in that spiritual work, you're diving in deeper. You're allowing yourself to take that spiritual bath, cleansing yourself of all the things that have been going on in your surroundings. You see, there's different types of spiritual cleanses. Sometimes you might be like, if you're homeless, you cannot have the same type of spiritual bath. Your bath is going to be totally different. You might have to have a shower, a spiritual shower, Whatever the case, God is still talking to every individual in his own way. In order for you to be receptive to it, you got to be open, Make sure that you're drinking your water, which I need to make sure I get my water, okay? Even when I'm talking to you, I'm also taking in the same information. Because to be honest with you, sometimes God is just He's just pouring out the water of information. And you're giving the information, you're spilling it. Then you have to go back and listen to what it was that was said, because you didn't take in the whole meal yourself, So it's important that we invest in ourselves before we can invest in other people. I like my quiet time, and I also like my time when I am nurturing or helping or spending time with others. But it's important that you take in the necessary energy and elements on your own first. So, thank you so much for joining us at Indigo Moon. Thank you so much. It is such a pleasure to vibe with you today.